I am really hoping that the internet cooperates tonight because I am doing this video so much later than usual. In fact, it is dangerously close to not even getting uploaded today. But it is a Tuesday night, and Tuesday nights aren't the busiest times here. So there's a chance, but it's okay. I just kind of want to keep my streak of uploading daily and just kind of see how long can I go. And like I said, I have my own quiet goals that I want to see if I can make them, but we shall see. So today's vlog, I actually want to talk about one of my favorite things to do on Wattpad. Now, Wattpad is a content development creation site for stories primarily. Now, I was heavily involved with it for actually a few years, or a couple years, and I left for some very particular reasons, and I will talk about that eventually. But one of my favorite things to do, aside from connecting with my readers, was getting to discover other creators. And I liked ending the day with my blue light filtering glasses and curled up in bed, and I would go to the just uploaded tab on Wattpad, and I would look for new creators in particular, or just people whose stories hadn't received a great deal of attention. So I've missed that a lot because, you know, people who create, they want their work to be seen. They want to know they're making a difference. Maybe they don't want to be massively popular, but they want to know that there's something, because if the creation itself was sufficient, we wouldn't put ourselves out there, because it's scary to put ourselves out there. And I realized, you know, I'm still figuring out how YouTube works. I'm still figuring out how do I fit within this community, and what do I want to do, aside from get rid of all of my fears and become enormously successful as an author, but that doesn't really require YouTube now, does it? Anyway, I decided I can actually use YouTube in that way as I used Wattpad. And I didn't discriminate based on size, so even if they were authors who had a lot of reads, I tried to make sure to give them attention as well. But I did like focusing mostly on the ones who didn't have as much attention. But I am now just going to start promoting some of the channels that I've discovered. And it's humorous because that was actually one of the goals that I put down for 2018, was to find 3 really great YouTube creators. And I was going to reveal that at the end of the year, and I will do that, but the list is going to be longer than 3 because I have found so many more. Now, as a heads up, I am going to be including different channels at different points. I want to make this somewhat regular, just sharing who I've found and what I think makes them a really great channel to follow. But I do ask that you bear in mind, there will be a large variety of the people present. I like meeting people who are different from me. Profanity is not a deal breaker for me, and I am not claiming that I agree with everything that they say. You know me, and that I don't generally agree with anyone 100%, and I would advise that you don't either. So just, if I promote someone and you don't care for them, I do ask that you would just be courteous to them. Don't go and attack them. I really don't want to send attacking. And I don't know that that's going to happen, but social media has been so strange lately, and I just want to make sure. We're just going to put all the cautions out there. Sometimes I can be a little bit of an over-explainer and a just-in-case person. But anyway, first person that I want to shout out is Mistress of Reads. Now, Mistress of Reads is someone who I actually knew from Wattpad. She is one of these vivacious, bubbly, authoritative individuals who just always has this well-articulated opinion, and I mean, she can condense it. It's like sometimes when we've been chatting, it's like it'll take me 1,000 words, and she just gets it together in like 50, and like, very well done. She's very good at that. And it was funny because we knew each other through Wattpad. Actually, it's how we found one another on Twitter and on Facebook. Then I left Wattpad, and neither of us knew that the other was making videos. And then through the Felina Hopkins trademark debacle, we wound up finding one another again, and it was really quite humorous. Now, her channel is mostly devoted to books. It's, I guess, maybe it's a booktube channel, but she does great reviews, and she does more than talking heads, actually. She does some nice editing, and she uses music, and her most recent video is about fat characters in books, and it's a great response about how there actually are a number of books featuring these kinds of characters, and you just have to know where to look. And she has some recommendations and some analyses, and pine cones, which I thought was quite a fun addition. So all in all, just a really fun channel. My only complaint is the fact that YouTube does not always give me the notifications for her videos, even though I clicked that little bell icon. So great for book recommendations and story discussions. She's a great one to talk story with. And then the next one is a YouTuber by the name of Shivy Pop. Now, she is sort of an eclectic vlogger. She mentioned in one of her videos that she got started with vlogging at the suggestion of her counselor. And so she's been vlogging things like dealing with anxiety and ADHD, as well as giving up smoking, which is really fascinating because she presents a much more raw perspective on what it's like to go through that, how it feels, and how it affects her in the day-to-day. She does do live streams, but she has a general policy of if you're not there for the live stream, she will close it down unless there's, say, extenuating circumstances or something like that. And I think that's actually a really great idea because, you know, live streams, they are kind of that special thing where you get to participate, and depending on what the purpose of your channel is, it can be much better to create sort of that limited opportunity to incentivize people showing up and participating. She makes it clear she's not a drama channel, though she does do occasionally like some drama commentary. And I guess the way that I would describe it is she's a person who enjoys sharing what she's interested in at the time and talking about how it affects her, what she believes to be right or wrong, and she is very passionate about that. And all in all, just a really fun person to talk to. She reminds me of I've met some people who are like her, and you kind of just love them, and they're so much fun to talk to, even though sometimes, you know, they may be all over the place, but that's part of the charm. And very raw looks at dealing with some of these challenges. And I appreciate that honesty so much, and she's always entertaining. The other one is a vlogger by the name of Rowena Tsai. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but she is very I've still been trying to figure out how to describe her, because she does a variety, but I think it's mostly, say, personal development, and lately she's been focusing on honoring her heritage, and she is connecting more with the traditional Chinese culture. And, you know, for me, that's a fascinating subject because I really am trying to honor all of my ancestry, which, as you know, is it's a little bit scattered all over the place. There's a lot of variety, and I haven't figured out how do I appropriately honor all of them and preserve those bits of history that I can. And she just does a beautiful job, and her videos tend to be simple and soothing, much more on the minimalistic side, I would say. So think that those grays and those pinks with more soothing and soft music and some productivity strategies, and this is what I'm doing now, this is where I've come, and such like that. And just all in all, a soothing channel to watch. So it is a lot more, I say it's the most heavily edited of all of them, but it's an enjoyable one, an enjoyable channel to watch. So those are the three that I have found recently that I would recommend, and I hope that you enjoy them. One of my favorite things with all of these, I get so many ideas for stories and for conversation topics, because, you know, there's something about people sharing what's happening in their life, whether they edit it a lot or whether they're talking mostly about books or sharing what they found on the internet. It really reveals a lot about us as individuals, and people are just fascinating. It actually takes some effort for people to really truly be 100% boring, and there are some people out there who seem to be, at least. But these are not three of those people. So I hope that you will check out their channels, and if you have a channel that you would like to recommend, and even if it's your own, I'm fine with self-promotion in this, that's completely fine. Feel free to put it in the comments. I will talk to you all later. Have a beautiful day.